I'm suspicious of my techniques and my technology. But it was just, in actual fact, a very good working relationship with different role players and eventually some very good informers.
I assume you mean sharing the information. The sharing there sounds bad. It's as if you're not sharing the drugs with them. You are not sharing the information on how you are so successful with the drug busts.
Commissioner, I don't know how to say it. Maybe we will get there in other evidence. If I can have 2 minutes of your time to tell you how we disrupt them getting the stuff and the different techniques, but it's going to expose undercover operational techniques.
I think just I don't think you should get into that detail, because then it will alert the drug dealers on how you operate, and they will then find ways to get around that.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair.
Can I ask a question and hope it doesn't get us back to what the Chair is trying to be cautious about? You said some words back that there has to be, and I think you were explaining why, how traffickers for that chain to succeed ultimately. Can I ask you to just elaborate a bit there? The role of a corrupt customs official, for example, in facilitating this, what role they would play, the corrupt police officer in this chain that ultimately sees a successful trafficking of drugs to their final destination.
Commissioner, I believe the advocate asked me about the CHC seizure. If I deal with that, that will give you, the Commissioner, a good example of how the information of a corrupt SARS official came about. And then the steps taken after that.
All right, I'll leave it
Can I do that?
I'll leave it to Ms. Seegers to
Yes, we'll get to that, yeah.
Thank you.
I just want to close off your movements within DPCI so that we can then get to your statement and then we can deal with the other factual stuff. So what I wanted to find out from you insofar as your time at support services is you're not on suspension. You've been moved there because of serious corrupt allegations, which you weren't given formal notification of what they entailed. What I want to understand is why they would move someone who's being accused of serious corruption to support services. Is it considered a safe place? I mean, you mentioned supply chain management. Is it a safe place to put somebody who's being accused of serious corruption?
Commissioner, I don't want to say the location of where it is. Let's just say my office, I had a vault full of fully automatic weapons at my disposal. Not one, not two, a lot. As I said, I took over the armory for the DPCI. There's documentation. I've signed the handing over. I was responsible for an audit, a good audit, if I may add. The SCM team there is amazing. We got a clean audit from the Auditor General for all our weapons and ammunition. If I was corrupt, I wouldn't sell drugs, I'd sell guns. My field of expertise is weapons.
And so in that position, you described it as being in a prison.
Commissioner, I work outside. I'm an outdoor person. You clock in through a checkpoint in the morning. You clock out at a checkpoint. There's no time. You cannot go out at a certain time. My only safe space was my coffee machine, and then they stole my coffee machine inside the DPCI. Sorry, I'm laughing about it. It's still so annoying. And I had to get polygraphed because of the theft of my own coffee machine.
Who asked you to be polygraphed for the theft of your own coffee machine?
Gen Senona. There were other exhibits, there were other items that were going missing in the environment, and again, I was seen as a suspect, and I had to go and get polygraphed for the theft of my own coffee machine.
Do you know if you passed?
I passed. I just want my coffee machine back.
Did you get it back?
No. No.
Okay. Warrant officer, so when you move from supply chain management to in August 2025 to the let's just call it the anti-human trafficking division, what is your experience like when you're now in that unit?
I'm dealing with some pretty high-profile cases. I believe one has been called up at Madlanga a few times now, and at another commission with DPP. I have that matter at the moment. I have, as I said, wildlife and fisheries, illegal poaching on our coastline. I've got human trafficking with people going to Cambodia that were trafficked, nearly 200 and something people. So I think they're high-profile and with some form of expertise, or let's call it, you don't want a corrupt person investigating them, but here I am, I'm investigating them.
And have you ever tried to get back to narcotics?
I'd love to go back, but I can't.
And why do you say you can't?
Here we are in Madlanga today. I'm giving evidence about the people that I work with, or giving testimony about different things. It's just not a very happy space.
So your intention is then to stay where you are?
I'm happy. It's a nice group to work with. We're actually doing very well.
And who do you report to?
Colonel Jacob.
Okay. So you still report to Colonel Jacob?
Yes, ma'am.
And can I just ask, how long have you been a warrant officer?
2003.
Since 2003?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, unless the commissioners have any other questions about your history, I'd like to move over to your statement, your witness statement.
Maybe let me ask, this allegation against you, this email that was sent that you're supplying narcotics to, I think you said on Florida Road, to people on Florida Road, were you given, other than that statement, that there's an allegation that you're supplying narcotics, were you given any further detail of it as to what exactly you're alleged to have supplied? Who are the people that you're supplying to? When was this?
Commissioner, the answer is no.
You never got that detail?
None of any of your statement right now. The answer is no, 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 no.
So you don't even know who the source of that email to head office, if there is an email to head office?
No, there
in
was
the
an
first
email.
place? There was an
The
email.
general had an email, but I wasn't allowed to read it.
You don't know who it comes from?
No.
So you didn't see it, that email?
It could also be a false email.
That's what I'm asking. It could have been an email that says, "Hi, how are you?" to anybody, but because you didn't see it, you don't know if that email that was
That is
being
correct,
waved
Commissioner.
around contained the allegation against you.
Correct, Commissioner.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms.
But Commissioner, from my side, if I may, it's false.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we then go to your statement, which is an annexure to Colonel Jacob's statement? It's in the consolidated statement file under section 3. And it's the second folder under section 3. You can just look at the tab GYJ1.
have it, Commissioner.
And now, before I ask you to read the statement, can I just ask you, how did it come about that you prepared this statement?
Commissioner, I was called by Colonel Jacob. No, I wasn't called by him. It was either my office is right below his office. I am applying for early retirement, and my exit interview and my paperwork has to be done by Colonel Jacob. And I believe it was in the process. Then I also do our group returns, and we talk about cases and convictions and stuff like that. So there was obviously admin that also needed to be done in Colonel Jacob's office. And when I was in his office, he said to me he'd been approached and he had to give a statement for Matlanga. He wanted just to confirm a version of his regarding a seizure that I had made at CHC. I seized quite a large consignment of mandrax at the premises, and he was rebutting a statement made by General Flynn.
Okay.
He said he'd prepared a statement and that he just needed me to sign it. He read it at first. I wasn't happy with what he had written, and I said to him he needed to edit a few things. He did such, and he asked me to sign it.
So did he draft the statement that we have on as GYJ1?
Correct, Commissioner.
Okay.
I did ask that there was no case number on the top of the statement. He said he didn't require a case number on the top of the statement. The pages weren't indexed or paginated. He said it was sufficient, and I left it at that.
Just before I get to the statement, you said that you've applied for early retirement.
Correct, Commissioner.
Do you mind me asking if it is related to your work or is it for personal reasons?
Yes.
Which?
It's related to work. And the police has given us an early retirement benefit at the moment. It's a no-brainer. It's suitable. After this year, I've got 40 years service. I wanted 42. I'll take 40. I'm not going to get promoted. I was shortlisted previously. Thank you for that. I did not get the posted asset forfeiture. But if I'm correct, there won't be another notch increment, or I won't qualify for any further promotion in the SAPS at my current rank. So for me not to take the benefit, it's actually nonsensical. There's quite a few other fellow members that we're all applying to leave.
It seems, maybe to state the obvious, quite a shame that with the amount of experience that you have in matters relating to narcotics, you would leave early, but also because of circumstances in the work environment. This application for early retirement, is it a given that it succeeds, or it's subject to SAPS management deciding that we still require your skills and we want to retain you?
That is correct, Commissioner. There's quite a little lengthy Bible that you fill in, and one of the questions they ask you, have you transferred your skills? I said, how do you transfer your skills in 2 months?
Yes.
That's impossible. That's impossible. 40 years of skills, how do you transfer it in 2 months?
What's your answer? Is your answer that it's subject to management approval? You've applied. Is it a given?
God willing, I've applied it to get approved.
Okay, so it may not be approved.
Don't say that.
No. Okay, I'm having a theoretical discussion with you that theoretically, the way the system works, I'm asking a systems process, the way the system works, it's in the realm of possible outcomes.
That is correct,
there
Commissioner.
could be a decision and which is a good faith decision, let's say, good faith, because someone thinks you should go back to narcotics and we need you there for another 10 years. I'm asking that kind of question. You nod, you agree that?
I agree with you, Commissioner.
Okay.
That, to me, if I was the Commissioner of the Police and you had to read certain people's performance and stuff, and you say, yes, that person can do this, okay, come back, I want you to do that. I agree, Commissioner. The skills retention, if I may, I have asked the permission. My current partner, her and her sister are twins. She's the kennel master, and my current partner is one of the old Golden Diamond people. So when she leaves in October, you've got no more qualified Golden Diamond people in Durban, KZN. So who's going to have the expertise, the valuation of diamonds, the valuation of gold, identification of platinum, and all the necessary? It's gone. That vacuum, that space can never be filled.
Thank you.
Thank you, Warrant Officer. Can we now go to your statement? Can you read it from paragraph 1?
I'm a detective warrant officer in the South African Police Service.
Don't read your personal number.
I'm attached to the Directorate for Proprietary Crimes Investigation, Serious Organised Crime Investigation, based at 136 Margaret and Gardy Avenue, Durban. My cell phone number is.
How long have you been in DPCI, serious organized crime?
Commissioner, we were the first people in organised crime under Colonel Willie Lowe. He was my original commander. And from the organised crime developed into the Directorate for Proprietary Crime Investigation. So I've been there since 1999. I started working with them from when Sunup, it was Brigadier Naika, he was still doing the harbour interdiction program. And that's how I got to know their working activities. I was in a specialised tactical unit. And I started working with them. And then when our unit was closed down, change of government, I applied to go across.
General Senona found you
No,
in the DPCI?
I was there before him.
That's what I mean. He found you there.
He found me there, yeah.
Thank you. And Nuswa?
He was from Port Shepstone.
Okay. DPCI.
I think it was murder and robbery, yes.
Okay. And Jacob?
Jacob came from the Scorpions. He was a sergeant.
He also found you there.
I was there before him, yes.
All right. Thank you.
You may continue.
Paragraph 2. On 2020-0205, I headed an operation at CHC Container Depot in Isipingo. Durban Central OC Inquiry, it's Organised Crime Inquiry, 3 of 2, 2020, refers. Approximately 570 kilograms of suspected mandrax and mandrax powder was seized during this operation. Paragraph 3.
Sorry, Warrant Officer, let me ask you a question that I should have asked earlier before I forget. Before this situation where you are told there are allegations against you and you get removed, had you had prior cases of disciplinary action against you
No,
and
Commissioner.
complaints? Not?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You may continue.
3. Later the same day, I, along with other DPCI and Metro members, Metro Police members, proceeded to Isipingo SAPS, wherein the exhibits were to be entered. The exhibit clerk, Warrant Officer Perimal, came through after a while. He initially did not want to store the exhibits. He eventually agreed to accommodate us by storing the exhibits in the armory in the charge office. Captain Bevan and Constable Ronnie following day, he indicated that they did not have members to guard these exhibits. I booked these exhibits into SAP 13 register via Isipingo SAP 13 163 of 2020. On the following day, the date as I mentioned is incorrect, it's 0206, someone from our office called me to inform me that Isipingo SAP called, indicating that the exhibits were making the members sick. I am unsure as to who called me. I proceeded to Isipingo SAP with a team. I noticed the charge office members were outside the building. I did then book out the exhibits for analysis with warrant of superior mail countersigning the SAP 13 register to acknowledge the same. I proceeded to FSL Amanzimtoti, where I was turned away by Colonel Kuzwaya and Warrant Officer Sabia, as they could not accommodate these exhibits. I knew that Isipingo SAP would not take these exhibits back. I am unsure how it transpired, but I do recall that Durban Central SAP had agreed to assist with storage of these exhibits. Page 2. We stored these drugs at a vault at Durban Central SAP. Sorry, I did ask if we could disclose the location before we gave the evidence. I made numerous inquiries with the FSL Amanzimtoti and a few calls to Colonel Shole of FSL Pretoria regarding these and other bulk exhibits that required analysis or disposal.